Hello, this is Carrie at Wooing Nature, and this is the Art of the Deck, Wooing Nature's flip through and review with the art and the artist in mind. This is the moment that I've been waiting for probably a whole entire year, so I'm excited to bring this deck to you. It is the Tarot of Mystical Moments. This is Katrin Veldstein, and I'm going to talk a little bit about her art and her artistry, and then we're going to get right to the deck. I was inspired by her work with her other deck, which is the Oracle of Mystical Moments. I will be doing an art of the deck for that one as well, so stay tuned for that. And I love the images, and the first thing I thought is like, wow, I wish she would do a tarot deck. And then I researched her, went online, found her blog spot, found her Facebook page, and I found out that she was working on it then. So I have been watching this deck come to life literally by, following her on social media and anxiously awaiting the moment when this deck would be printed and I would be able to get it. And because of the coronavirus, it was due. I pre-ordered it. It was due to come out. There were delays on that. And anyway, long story short, we've got the deck in hand, and so I couldn't wait to share it with you. And I started looking at it yesterday, but my excitement, I wanted to save it. So but at any rate, I'm going to talk a little bit about Katrin Veldstein. She is a graphic designer. She's from Germany. She has also worked for different advertising agencies in Germany and in the US and Switzerland. When I was looking at her blog spot, and you know how there are people who can respond to whatever it is, I saw somebody from Disney that was hitting her up about having her do some work for them. So I don't know if that may be in the works or not. But she says that her inspiration comes from several different illustrators and artists, mostly around fantasy. Nicoletta Ciccoli, I hope I'm saying that right, is one of the people that she's inspired by. And incidentally, there is a Ciccoli tarot deck that you can get as well by that artist. So I thought that was really, really interesting. So graphic design, digital imagery, the photo, she said that she photoshops things. She has like lots of different photographs, and she removes and fills in and retouches digitally. So these are digitally mastered. So I am going to show you these beautiful, wonderful, fabulous images, and just share with you this deck. But anyway, this is the Fool card, which I love because it shows her walking down the crocodile's back. She doesn't see the crocodile here, but this road is just beautiful. The Magician. This is a different magician for me. It was the aerial shot of the land that was different for me, and then the magician's hat. I was thinking about what this magician implies versus other magician cards that you see in the deck in the tarot, because most of the time it shows the images of the air, the earth, the air, the fire, and the water, and some manipulation of it or some handling of it. This one is very different. It's like it's this woman and these, I don't know, fronds and this duck that's growing out of the magician's hat. So different interpretation, and of course these interpretations play into the reading if you are a visual reader or if you are an intuitive reader. I think this is a very beautiful High Priestess card. I'm sorry, I'm covering up what it is. This is the High Priestess. And I'm going to try to get this glare. Maybe if I do it from this angle, it will get rid of the glare. So just some very beautiful images here from Katrin Veldstein. The other thing about this deck is that she has included both the male and the female version of the emperors and the kings. And so I think this is just an effort to not marginalize or to rethink the way we see a king or an emperor, that an emperor can be a woman or a man, or it could be feminine or masculine. This is the Lovers. I also like this Chariot, the Snail. Sometimes it seems like when you want things to go, they go very slow, but I thought that was very interesting. I also like the Strength card because of, and these are some other subtleties that you will see in her work that I love so much. But anyway, this is the lion and this is the woman. And if you look very closely, she has cat features in her face. And then it almost looks like the lion's tail is curling around her body, but it implies that that tail may be hers. You don't really know if it's her tail or his tail, but there's this morphing, if you will, of the animal and the human here, which is really what the Strength card is about, because the Strength card is about taming or getting a handle on or understanding your animal nature. And by embracing your animal nature doesn't get out of control, basically, is what that's all about. So I thought that was a really good interpretation there. The Hermit. Love the Wheel of Fortune. Love the Wheel of Fortune. And I don't know if you can see it, but in her hand is a clock, which to me is like the hands of time and change. And sometimes change is dependent upon timing. But I really love that one. The Justice. Very, very regal Justice here. She's sitting on top of the building, representing the structure that's involved in fairness and injustice. And then I like the way the sword is piercing the clouds, which represents clarity. The Hangman. Another interesting interpretation, because you know she's on this lush bed and it's a zipper. She's attached to a zipper and it's almost like it's a shirt or a jacket. And as she continues to let go, right, then the zipper comes undone and it opens up a whole new world to which she is connected. Just a great job, I think, on the part of this artist. This is the Death card. Again, embracing death, getting to the core, getting to the bones, stripping away all the layers. It's really what death is about. Temperance. I like the way that she did Temperance too. Instead of the water vessel, there's a bird coming into the hand and a bird flying out of the hand, which is this very fluid motion of giving and receiving that we get with the Temperance card in its traditional format. But she does a really good job of reinterpreting that without that message being lost. And I think that's sometimes the challenge when you're dealing with non-traditional decks, is that sometimes people can stray so far from the traditional meaning that they begin to lose the traditional meaning. This one I spent some time with. This is the Devil card. And I was like, wow, okay, so the devil is a woman, the devil is a spider woman, the devil is a poisonous mushroom that's also a woman. So I really spent some time on this one. I really wanted to understand the interpretation here, but you know, you can take it where you want to take it. Excuse me. This Tower card I also enjoy because the Tower is not my favorite card, but it is my go-to card. When I open a new deck, I always want to know how the artist interprets the Tower card. And so it helps me get okay with Tower moments. It helps me get okay with the Tower period. But this one I really can appreciate because there's this mountain here. And sometimes that implies that, you know, maybe you're making mountains out of molehills, but maybe the mountain is in your way. It's a barrier and you're hugging the mountain and the thing is falling apart and you're still embracing it, you know, and not really paying attention. So to me, I felt like that was very much a Tower moment. This is the Star. This is another really beautiful one that I like. This is the Moon card. And her dress, like if you look at her dress looks like an opening to this hedge or whatever. And then out of this opening, this octopus is coming. So it's just, it really takes you into a moon space. And this is the sun, judgment, the world. And then now we're getting into the minor arcana. This is the Ace of Wands. 2, 3. I think this is another really beautiful one. It's 4 of Wands. 5 of Wands. 6. It's a beautiful hummingbird. You have to get this deck to really appreciate it because there are so many little intricate parts to it that are just going to jump out at you when you're with it that you won't see from this video. So I don't think she spared any creativity in this deck. You know how sometimes you'll get the decks and the major arcana will be really stunning and then it looks like somebody got really lazy when they got to the minor arcana. This is a gorgeous card to me. It's got all Oshun. This is Oshun, 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 and this is the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. But this deck, it just, you understand why it took so long. All right, so we're getting to the part where I was telling you about how she has the 2 kings, where she has the male and the female king card. So this is the male king card. Of course, this is the female king card. Okay, and I guess you can decide which one you want to use. I've been thinking about that because some of them I resonate with and some of them I don't. So I'm trying to decide which kings I'm going to use in this deck. This is the cover. I like this. This is the 3 of Cups. I'm sorry, we've moved into Cups and I didn't say it, but this is the 3 of Cups. I really like that one. 4 of Cups. 5. 6. This is the 7 of Cups, which is really starry. It reminds me of a star card. 8 of Cups. 9 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups. I really like this one too. I like all 10 of Cups. I'm just a 10 of Cups girl. All right, so this is the Page of Cups. And the Knight. And then here's the King and the female King and the male King of Cups. And this is the one I love. I love that one. So that's the one I think I'm going to use. But this one is also, this is very agüe. Very agüe. All right, we have the Queen of Cups. So this is the actual queen and not the female king. All right, and then we have the Ace of Swords here, who reminds me of Benjamin Banneker. And 2. 3 of Hearts. Really like that. Oh, 3 of Swords, I'm sorry. 3 of Swords. 4 of Swords. 5. 6 of Swords. 7 of Swords. That's the 8. 9, I really like this one. This will make you not sleep. This card always represents when you're losing sleep and you're up at night and things are worrying you. I'm like, if you had those all those eyes on you, that would make you not sleep. 10 of Swords. I like this one too because people are always saying, I want to pick your brain. And I always tell them, well, that sounds dangerous, but like somebody's literally picking her brain with this 10 of Swords. All right. And then we have the Page of Swords. And the Knight. Queen. This is a different Queen of Swords too. Most of the time they show her with that sword and she's rough and tough and firm and harsh. But this one I think implies her ideas. You know, it really gives you more of the idea that she is an ideas woman. She's looking ahead. She's focused on her goals, and she's created the vessel that she needs to be in order, or be on, in order to see and have vision. So I think it brings out the visionary side of the Queen of Swords. And then here are the two Kings of Swords. I love this one. Oh my goodness, that is just a stunningly beautiful card. And the bird on the eye, I think that's wonderful. And I like this one too because I don't know if you can see it, but she's got this needle. Her sword is a needle and she's stitching this light. So that's also an interesting interpretation. That's the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles. And we're coming to the end of the deck. The 3, 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, beautiful card, 6, 7. This is the 8 of Pentacles. Another gorgeous card, 9 of Pentacles. She looks so Carmen and so Frida Kahlo and everything else. 10. There's the Page and the Knight. I love this horse, the leaf horse. I would, right? Wooing Nature gotta have the leaf horse. And then there is the Queen, of Pentacles. Beautiful. Reminds me of Sally Hemings. And then these are the two Kings. So this is the female version of the King and the male version of the King of Pentacles. And that is the Tarot of Mystical Moments, everyone. I'm really excited to get started with this deck and to finally use it in a reading. If you would like to have a reading with this deck, you know how to find me. I'm at Kerri, Kerri, at wooingnature.life. And as always, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you're having a wonderful life.